Bradfield specializes in creating daring, elegant, and luxurious residences and offices for an international clientele. As one of the top 10 interior designers, Bradfield recently completed the designing of famed Hollywood director Oliver Stone's New York residence. Now he's come to Shanghai to tell us more about his new book, which includes many of his greatest projects set all across the world.
I know you've designed many houses for billionaires or millionaires in the world. I'm so curious about your own home in Manhattan. I know it was built in 1860, right?
1869. You're very close. Yes, it's an interesting. The entire street was built in 1869, and
The whole facade.
it was, yes, and the Italianate facade was only added to my house in 1912. But I didn't want the house to be a Victorian house, which is the period it was built in. I wanted it to be contemporary in attitude. And I think I've achieved that to some extent. The exterior still represents the past, but the interior is definitely 21st century.
Actually, you use a lot of mirror. It is very tricky to use mirror in a room.
Because of feng shui.
Yeah.
I know. I actually studied feng shui at Nanjing University. And
wow.
Yeah, I did. I was very privileged to be one of 10 designers invited to China by the cultural division. And so I'm very aware of that. However, all you have to do is, there's always a compensation. So you can put a painting in a certain spot or arrange furniture in a certain way. So mirrors, no one should be afraid of mirrors. And mirrors are magical.
Yes, and then use some of the transparent furniture to go pair with those kind of walls. Do you just don't want to see the walls, or you want to see the magic world of mirror?
No, well, the mirrors in the reception room of my house were really deliberate because I wanted to create a room without walls. So there I was looking for the infinity, and the mirrors span the walls between 12 columns. So you do feel you're in this open pavilion. But by and large, I love mirrors as an accent, and they do add a lot of glamour. I mean, there's nothing more glamorous than adding mirror to a room. So I think that the principle of mirrors, they should be used with economy, of course. I mean, you don't want it to be an MGM bathroom, but I love mirrors.
I also love your way to decorate the ceilings and the walls in your personal office, with all the Manhattan pictures on it. It's all black and white, but gives you a very strong identity of the city itself.
It does, and it's a silhouette of the city, and it's many different environments. It takes you from Lower Manhattan all the way up. And no, it's terrific. For me, it's a cocoon. That's my personal office, and it's where I conduct my personal business and phone calls, etc. So it's a very special area for me, and I'm passionate about Manhattan. You know, there's nothing like someone who's moved from another country living in America.
But where do you get all this inspiration?
I think that my talent is, and most designers' talent is innate. I think what I've established as my signature are these many elements that appeal to me personally, and that I've been able to orchestrate in a fashion that appeals to the public.
When you started to design your own home, do you have anything that in your mind, okay, this is I will never do in my home?
Now you caught me unawares. There's so many things that I insist on doing, so I have to think of what I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't have a kitchen.
Why?
I don't like cooking in my house, so no, that's a silly response. But anyway, it's the truth. I don't like...
So you don't have it? You don't have a kitchen?
I have a very small area. Everything is catered and brought in when I entertain, and I entertain a lot at home, but nothing is prepared there. It's all brought in from outside.
You've got something very interesting in your bedroom, that is the painting about yourself. And then you said that art always comes first when you decorate your project. So why do you choose these kind of artworks in your home?
Well, I think my work is so really predicated on the use of contemporary art. I mean, we're sitting in a beautiful gallery. We've collaborated with the owners of this gallery on many projects. And for me, the art comes first. I mean, I think that art introduces an immediate personality to a room. It's reflective of the client's taste. It's not only the designer who is living in these spaces or creating these spaces. It's a combined effort. It's a team. You put together a great team when you design an interior.
What's the principle of choosing this kind of artworks?
Well, I was, again, very lucky to have known the particular artist. He's no longer with us, unfortunately, but he was a great, great artist after post-Second World War, and his name was Kenneth Noland. And when I bought that painting, I was very thrilled because I built in fact, designed the entire room around that painting. The headboard was built to complement it. But the art, and you're very perceptive, and obviously you know more about my house than I think I know about it. And several artists in there that are things that I love very personally and are very special to me.
Who is your favorite Chinese artist?
Well, I like Yu Bai. I think he's fantastic. In fact, he's on the cover of my new book. And I think he's, you talk about fantasy and mirrors, I think that his work is very fanciful and wonderful and young and a wonderful spirit. And I also like the Lua brothers. I think they're amazing. I own a very beautiful piece that I bought at Christie's. And in fact, I found a piece for Oliver Stone when I was doing the movie director's apartment in the Village in New York.
The one in his living room is actually painted by Spanish.
Yes, this is a duo, two artists that work together. Miranda, they actually paint Chinese propaganda, which is very dramatic. And he actually, Oliver Stone, has always been passionate about Asia. I mean, each family is unique, every client is unique, and we are not cookie-cutter designers. Everything we do is custom. It's tailored to the taste and requirements of our clients. They either have collections or they come to us and ask us to help them form collections. So in the back of my mind, and I think in the back of their mind, they are looking to be able to display art in their homes.
Bradfield is currently working on a couple of projects close to Shanghai, so next time he's back on City Beat, hopefully we'll get a chance to see the master at work.